Okay, so it is August 26th, 2015. This is day 2 of my video journal diary. Do you ever have one of those days where you get a lot of stuff done, but like nothing gets done? Because that's been me today. I guess maybe since it's all on the computer, it uh, it doesn't seem like it's that much, and I'm still waiting on some responses. And I think that's what I hate the most is waiting on stupid stuff. Um, I don't really know what to talk about today. I guess maybe people that do journals have that issue as well. I'm really, right now, I'm kind of in between a lot of things in my life. I have absolutely nothing going on, but that's what I'm trying to fix, and that's what I'm trying to get going. And I'm waiting on school. I can't make September 21st come any quicker, so as far as that's concerned, that's taken care of. It's just what to do in the meantime. And I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous and jittery today. I've had like 3 of these. It's my coffee. Um, and I've walked 3 miles today. That's what I do. I've been working out a lot lately. And by working out, I mean I walk. I try to walk at least 3 miles a day. Um, and then I've been lifting weights. That's a little harder. That makes me a little more tired than the walking does. I try to do 3 miles a day. Yesterday I did 6. So I think that's going to try to be my goal today because I've already done 3 and it's not even 3 o'clock. So I think while I've got nothing to do before school starts, that's one of the things I'm doing. And another is I'm trying to find a position to work at home because I live out in the middle of nowhere. Like, literally nowhere. I live in a trailer park in the far west part of Ohio. I mean, I could, like, see Indiana from my porch, and okay, so a little bit of Sarah Palin coming out, but or Tina Fey, whatever. Rambling. Um, I don't have a car. Jeremy has a car, but he since we broke up, he's in school and he works, so I have very limited access to a car. So if I can work from home, that would be absolutely fantastic. Or if I could move to a city, just a city. I hate the country. I do. One of the things today that has happened is okay. There's an organization where I live that is the local administrator of all of the HIV and AIDS federal programs. You know, the Ryan White Fund and the Housing Opportunities for People with AIDS program through HUD. Well, I have been. I, I am damn near convinced that they don't actually do anything. And if they do, then I'm really not sure what they do because every time I have gone to them for help, I've been told no. There was a time when I first moved to Ohio and got on Medicaid. Between the time that I got my Medicaid and my managed care plan, there was about a week of a gap where Medicaid was going to cover me for another week before it kicked in, and I was out of my medicine. And one of the things that this group told me when I first signed up for them was, hey, if you ever have a problem getting your medicine, call us, and we will make sure that you get your meds. Well, guess what? I had a problem getting my meds, and I called them, and they were like, oh, well, it's only a week. Why don't you just go ahead and wait, and, we'll just go from there, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Well, that was not acceptable to me, because I know technically you can go on a drug holiday or this or that, but my doctor, one, had not told me to do that. I have been told, when I got diagnosed, I was in AIDS category, and coming from that and going on a medicine and realizing quite how bad I was to where I was at the time and where I am now, I'm in better shape now than ever. And that's something that's going to keep going. And at the time, I was just desperate. I went to my pharmacy and I told the pharmacist, hey, I need these pills. I said, I don't know what else to do. I've I've exhausted all my resources, even the final resort of the Ryan White Fund when, they told me no. They told me no. So I don't know what happened, but that pharmacist, she said, well, give me a minute. And she came back about 10 minutes later, and she was like, here's your pills. So I can only assume that she called somebody at the Ohio Medicaid office and let them have it as to just how important these meds were. Well, she got it when the actual AIDS organization didn't. So then I was feeling good enough, and I got a job not too far from the house, and it was I was stacking pallets at a sausage factory. I was a professional sausage handler. Anyways, it was in a freezer, and while I did not know it at the time, I came home one day, and I was just so run down and so exhausted that I almost literally could not move, and I didn't go back because I couldn't. I mean, it's... People in my life seem to think that there's a lot of I won't do this or I won't do that, when it's really not. I want to do so much, but I feel so freaking limited by where I live and my situation. I feel like I try to do everything in my power to do things right. And I screw myself over. And I don't know why. And it's like I don't do anything to try to screw myself over, but I do. I get screwed over to where I do the right thing, or what I think is the right thing, and then it comes around to bite me in the ass. Like, okay. Anyways, so I had pneumonia. That would be another story. I had pneumonia from working there. I found that out about a week after I left, because I still wasn't better, and I went to the doctor, and they did some tests, and I had pneumonia. So, for everybody that had attacked me for not wanting to do this job and this and that, and come on, I love that job because it started this whole... I mean, I'm getting there, baby. Come on. It started that. So, I mean, I did love it. It was a workout for 10 hours a day, but it was in a freezer. And, hello, AIDS. So, I kind of got, not necessarily attacked, but there was a lot of little snide comments or disbelieving looks from my family about why I left that job. And it was, as it turns out, I was 100% correct that I could not do it at that time. I had fucking pneumonia. Anyways, to get back to this organization. At that time, I called them for help through the HOPWA program through HUD. One of the provisions is that they can do short-term mortgage assistance. Well, now, I live in a trailer, but guess what? I own this trailer, so I qualified for the mortgage assistance. And I've read the regulations. I know this money is specifically for people that need help paying their mortgage, that have HIV and AIDS. Like me. Well, I was told that in order to get any help at all, I had to contact 3 other local organizations and basically beg them for help, and then come back to the organization to get the funds from the program that is designed to help with rent and mortgage assistance. Now, I understand that you don't want to drain your funds, right? I get that. But in the regulations, it says that you can put a cap on how much you have, but I did not see anything saying that you had to go to 3 other organizations. That sounds like some local office branch, whatever, idea that they had to where they don't have to dip into their funds if they don't want to. Well, I didn't get help with that. So, there's the Ryan White Fund that I didn't get help with when I needed it. There's the mortgage help that I didn't get help when that's what the fund is for. Well, then that got me looking, and I read the entire regulation on the HOPWA program. And one of the provisions is that it can be used to repair and rehabilitate houses and trailers that people with HIV and AIDS live in. So I figured, okay, well, if I can't get the mortgage assistance, then I can get some help repairing this place, because there's a few minor things that need to be fixed that I mean, we're talking a couple $100, you know. My air conditioner started leaking through the floor. There was like an inch of water in the vent, and I told him that. I was like, hey, I need this floor fixed. And well, I didn't even get a call back that time. I called them and I had to leave a message, and they didn't even bother to call me back. So I called my state senator, and they put in a request for information from HUD about this program, and I got a response. And this is what really pisses me off, because so that's twice that I was outright told no by this group, and then the third time they didn't even bother to give me a call back and answer any of my questions about this program. So this is what I received from HUD. While certain renovation costs are eligible under the HOPWA program regulations, the city of Cincinnati, which I live on the outskirts of Cincinnati, but they do the whole Hamilton County thing, blah, 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 has chosen not to undertake this activity. Instead, the city uses its HOPWA grant to provide funding for supportive services, housing placement, operating support, administrative costs, housing assistance services, which include tenant-based rental assistance, and short-term mortgage and utility costs. So, out of the like 6 things that are listed, I qualify for one thing and they told me no. So, I'm curious as to where this money's going. I've been told no on both the Ryan White Fund, on the short-term mortgage help. I was asking for 1 month of help. I needed 1 month of help, and I was told no. And then now I'm just flat out told that the other provision in there isn't part of what they do, because all that money goes to this group so that they can administer the funds that they don't give to people. Where does this money go? I'm sorry. I get a little animated sometimes when I see something that I don't agree with and I don't understand. And I looked on their website, and the last financial disclosure form I found was from 2013. And it's got all these pretty little graphs on it, but it doesn't really tell you 100% in depth where the money goes. And as a nonprofit, I'm pretty sure that they have to do that. I mean, I may be wrong, but I really am now. It's like it's at the point where I don't care if I actually get the help from them anymore. I've accepted the fact that they're just going to tell me no on anything that I need. But I'm curious, where is the money that they're getting paid from the federal government going? I mean, I know they just built a brand new, really nice office downtown, and this letter does say that the money that's supposed to go help people with HIV and AIDS can be used for operating support and administrative costs, but should that cut into the funds that are going to the people with HIV and AIDS? Or, I mean, so that's what I've kind of been dealing with today. Is I got that letter and I've been trying to process it, and I think what today's video kind of boils down to is I just feel so freaking lost. And it's funny, I mean, everybody around me, it seems like they don't have to try half as hard and get twice as much positive things going on in their life. You know, I mean, I've applied for, I don't have a work history. I kind of let Jeremy take care of me for years, and so I'm trying to change that. I want to go to school, and I want to, get my degree, and I want to go forward. But until then, I have no clue what to do. I think I get angry and upset about things like that to kind of cover up the emptiness and the loneliness and the fear. And see, I'm about to cry. I'm trying to hold it in. I really am. I know it may sound wrong, and I say this all the time, Or I used to. Now I just think it. And I mean, it may be right, it may be wrong. I don't know. Sometimes I get so jealous of the people back in the 80s who were told, "Oh, you have this thing inside of you, and there's nothing we can do about it." Because I'm trying not to cry. I don't want to cry. Um they didn't have to deal with the bullshit that comes with it. I would love to say, and I think I did yesterday, that I would love to live for them because they can't. And I think overall that's a good philosophy to have. But sometimes, no matter how, it feels like I'm trying to push a boulder up a hill, and every time I look up, I'm 5 feet back from where I started. So it just, I'm so damn frustrated that, and everybody's like, "Oh, go get a job and go do this." Well, motherfucker, how the hell? Sorry. How am I supposed? It's not how am I supposed to. It's I really do live in the middle of nowhere, and I don't. It's like everybody wants me to walk to work. Well, it's a mile and a half just to get to the end of the neighborhood. There's no businesses out here. I mean, you're talking 4 miles away to the closest freaking business, and that is either general labor, which is fine, I guess. But like I said, the one was in a freezer. I mean, that gave me pneumonia. So I'm just waiting for school to start. But I need something going before that. And So, I'm making this video because if I sit here and say this to anybody in my life, they think I'm bitching, which I probably am, and that's fine. I mean, everybody bitches. But I got so tired of saying the same things over and over and over again with the same looks of, well, just get up and do it. Well, that's easy to say, but, you know, when you go through, I mean, I got some physical things that I'm really not going to explain on here that I go through every morning and, or whatever, and, you know, I don't know, it would be nice if I can get this work from home job. I'm going to school from home, so, I mean, it's so limiting. I live in the fucking country, and I hate it here. All that said, I guess today is a good day because I am still here. And isn't that what we're supposed to strive for?